Aloha, friends. It's Miss Farrell, and this week we are going to be talking about seeds and plants. So today we're going to learn a little bit more about seeds. In this photo, you see lots of different seeds. You might recognize some of them. So we're going to talk about seeds that come from flowers and all sorts of other things. But before we get started, I'm going to show you a little video about seeds.
Seeds on the go. A handful of tiny seeds. Did you know they can grow and grow and grow into big, tall plants? But wait a minute. Before a seed can grow, it needs a few things. A seed needs water. A seed needs heat from the sun. A seed also needs a good spot to grow. It's hard for plants to grow if they are too crowded together. So, seeds spread out. How do they get to new places? Some seeds blow. Dandelion seeds blow in the wind like parachutes. Other seeds spin. When maple tree seeds fall off a tree, they spin like the propeller of a helicopter. That carries them far away from the maple tree. Some seeds float in the water to get to new places. Did you know a coconut is one big seed? It falls from a palm tree into the ocean. Then it floats like a boat on the water. When it gets to a new beach, it can sprout into a tree. Other seeds ride on animals. This prickly ball is called a burr. It has seeds inside and tiny hooks on the outside. The hooks grab onto an animal's fur. The burr goes wherever the animal goes. Sooner or later, the animal scratches off the burr. Now the seeds inside the burr can grow in a new place. And there are some seeds that use an explosion to travel. This is an impatiens flower. It grows its seeds inside pods. When someone or something touches the pod explodes. That sends seeds all over. All of these seeds can travel a long way. Once they get to a new home, they can start to grow.
Okay, so seeds are on the move. So before we talk a little bit more about seeds, I want to show you seeds need room to grow, and there's ways that they get to new places. And so this is the coconut seed. Some of you might have had things that come from a coconut. These seeds are fluffy and the wind can blow them far away. This is called a milkweed seed. Other seeds have wings and they fall and spin to a new place. These seeds are from a maple tree, and maybe you found them in your yard before. These seeds can stick to animals, and the animals carry the seeds. These are called burdock seeds, and they come from the burdock flowers. And look, it is stuck to this animal. This seed floats, waves move it, and soon it will grow into a plant. This is a coconut seed, and you can see it's shooting out a tree from it. So let's talk a little bit about how a seed grows. The shoot grows into a coconut tree. And then what happens, it's called a life cycle. So once you have a tree, you will have coconut flowers bloom. And after the coconut flowers bloom, the flowers make what's called a coconut seed, and it's still attached to the tree. And so those will go right there in the middle. Then the seed will fall to the ground, and eventually a shoot will grow from the tree, from the seed, And then the cycle starts over. Coconut tree, flower, makes a seed, falls to the ground, a new shoot. And that's why we call it a cycle, because it happens over and over and over again. So let's talk a little bit more about where we find seeds. So some of you have maybe found seeds in a sunflower before. Maybe you've even eaten sunflower seeds. So we can find seeds inside flowers. How about this? Do you guys know what this yummy fruit is? It's a watermelon. And in food, you can find seeds. So maybe you've seen some seeds inside of a watermelon. If you've had zucchini or squash, you might have found seeds inside of them. Even an apple. So lots of fruits and veggies have seeds inside of them. Peanuts are seeds. So if you have ever eaten a peanut, you have eaten a seed. And if you look really closely, and you could get a magnifying glass for this, seeds sometimes are on the outside of fruit. So this strawberry carries the seed on the outside. So if you look closely, there's seeds on your strawberry. So if you've eaten a strawberry, you've eaten seeds. Can you find the seeds inside of this? These are pumpkin seeds. It's a different type of pumpkin, and they're inside, and there's lots of them. A bean is a type of seed too. So if you've ever had like soup with beans in it, those are seeds as well. So let me ask you a question. Do people eat seeds? We do. Now, seeds get to places by different ways. So over here, these seeds, like the milkweed, the dandelion, the maple, they travel through the wind. So they're meant to be traveling by blowing. Some are moved by animals. So if you look in this row, all of these, even blackberries, sandspurs, and these are other types of ones, they usually have little hooks. Those travel by animals. So they kind of stick to the animal's fur and then they go and drop. And when they drop, that's when they find their place to grow. Some travel by water. Maybe you've seen like a cattail, a coconut, and this is called a lotus, and they travel through the water, meaning it's not bad for the seed to be carried in the water. The water just carries it to a new spot, and then once it lands on the ground, it grows. The fun one, my favorite, is seeds that burst open. Those are the exploding ones. So violets, this is called jewelweed, and this is another plant called a witch hazel. What they do is they kind of get hard, and then if something touches it, it just explodes and shoots the seeds out. And then others are moved by people. So sometimes you might, in the summertime, eat some cherries and spit the seeds out. Sometimes when we chop down wheat, the seeds spread in the ground and regrow. Same thing with beans. So they can travel by the wind, animals, water, by exploding, or even by people. Now, if you were to be a scientist and look into a seed, there's some different parts. We have the seed coat, which is the outside of the seed. And then inside, we call that the food storage. And then the cool part is there's an embryo, which is a baby plant. Now, this is a lima bean. If you get a bean and you soak it in water overnight, what happens is it makes it really soft. And then you can be a scientist. You can take off the seed coat, open it up, and see if you can be a detective and find the embryo or the baby plant. So where are the bean plant seeds? Do you know? They're inside the bean. So today we learned about the ways seeds travel. We know that in order for a seed to grow, it needs water, heat from the sun, and a good spot to grow. That's all for today, friends. Thanks for learning about seeds with me. Bye.